Ready?
Yeah,
Hi,
go to it.
everybody. We just are so excited at what God's doing. I met Pattie probably a few weeks ago. Yep, last week, and didn't really talk a lot last week. But I'm Carol, by the way, and I asked her today if she had any pain in her body, which I knew she did because she had said that she had had a terrible accident a long time ago, and she said that pain was at a level of what, 9.5?
9.5 in my back.
From 1 to 10?
15 in my neck.
And
Wow.
So I laid hands on her, prayed for her, and I think you said it was brought down to a 1.
On my back, yes.
And I said I wasn't content with that, and I think she was super happy because it was from 9.5 to 1. And it went down to 0, and of course we thank God for that. And then I said, okay, where's your other pain? She said, right in my neck. And tell the people what happened to your, well, I don't have to go into extensive
It's
story.
real simple. I got married to an idiot when I was 17 years old. He was 26. He decided he didn't love me very much because he would hold a loaded weapon at my head, finger on the trigger and off to safety while I breastfed my son. He turned around when I was 20 years old and had my brake line cut while he was in Houston. And I lived in a place called Buchanan Dam. And I left my home to go back to where I worked, to go to dinner with some friends that I'd made. And I hit a freak storm that had rain, snow, sleet, hail, and black ice. And going around an S-curve, I hit a patch of black ice going around a truck pulling a trailer and hit a solid mass of rock wall, about the length of this wall. And I threw myself out of the vehicle. And the car was a Chrysler Belvedere. It went front end and back end into the front seat, 3/4 of the way into the passenger side.
Oh my.
This has all been replaced with plastic. My
Wow.
jaw was broken in 6 places. I talked like this for 4 months. My left arm was up protecting my left breast. That was nothing but bone when I woke up.
Oh my.
It was broken here and never healed correctly. My right breast was torn down and left hanging. They stapled it back on. My right arm was torn out of socket and stitched back on. Shattered vertebra in my neck. If it had gone up to, I'd be paralyzed from the waist down, or from the neck down. And the one in my back, if it had gone down 4, I'd be paralyzed from the waist down. Blood clot the size of a quarter in my left thigh, which 3 pieces did break off after I'd gone upstairs to my own room. And it almost killed me. The nurse claimed that I was lying, and the doctor wound up coming in as she was leaving and told him what happened, and he had her fired. I kept telling my neurologist, or my mother, who's a nurse, that I smelled horse. And she's like, Pat, it's manure. It's like, no, this is fresh. And she was like, what? And the doctor happened to be coming in at the time. He says, hang on a second, went out and got a specimen cup about that tall, about that big around, came back in and says, hold it under your nose for 30 seconds. 15 seconds later, he had it back in his hand because it was that far from the rim, had it analyzed, and it was a spinal fluid leak.
Huh.
My neurologist proceeded to do another head surgery and took a graft from here and fixed it with medical super glue. And he infected my forehead the day after my 21st birthday.
Oh my.
It was open this far, and it has grown back this in 33 years come December 17th.
So this has all happened 33 years ago?
33 years ago.
And you had these back problems
Yes.
all that time?
Yes.
The ones that God healed you of today then,
Yes.
right?
Well, I kept telling my mother after I got home that I kept smelling horse again. And she's like, Pat, the neighbor has horses. And it's like, Mom, it's winter. They're at the stables down south. She's like, I didn't think about that. So went back to the hospital, and he took a graft from this side of my leg, here, and did another surgery and found out he had infected my forehead and had to remove my forehead. I've been through 5 head surgeries, and I have figured that since the Lord hasn't taken me, it's not my time, but it helps that I threatened him, because I've told him when I die, the Lord Archangel Raphael and the Grim Reaper's virginity will not be safe with me. So he has me here to torture those around me.
Well, it sounds like God did something for you today.
Yes, he did, and I am very grateful for it. Now, if I can only see my children again before I go. I haven't seen my son since the divorce because he got custody. The judge was his cousin, and he was paid off with a case of beer.
Goodness.
I have not seen my son since he was 2.5 years of age. And I gave my daughter up for adoption because the man I was with had picked up his own 2-year-old son for staring at him and threw him through a solid brick wall.
Wow.
And I wasn't going to have that happen to my daughter.
Well, we're going to pray for you today, along for these things here. But for this healing video, so you went from 9.5
to 0.
9.5
to 0. And you have no pain in your back now, is that right?
No pain, and I can actually do that.
Wow, praise
And
God.
your neck.
And my neck went from a 15 to a 0, and I have not been able to turn my head further than this or this. And today I can do that.
Who did this?
And that is a miracle unto itself, and the only one
Wow.
you can thank, and the only one I will, or the only ones I will thank, are the Lord Father and His Son Jesus.
Yeah.
Amen. God is so
They are
good.
both fantabulous. And that's
Well,
what I
thank
got
you so
to
much
say.
for allowing us to
Thank
video
you.
this. This will
Amen.
bless a lot of people
Absolutely.
to see what God's done for you.
Thank you so much
Okay.
for allowing me to do it.
Thank you.